And this morning, we're following safety concerns in the classroom. Two families speaking out about what happened in a Manatee County school. Both of them feeling their kids aren't safe on campus, and more can be done to change that. Stephanie Rose alleging her daughter was attacked by a boy at Blackburn Elementary School. Not once, but twice. She tells us both incidents traumatizing the young girl. And Amber Peterzak, the mother of that boy, also sounding off, saying the violence could have been prevented if administrators took her needs seriously. Her situation so frustrating, she's now pulled her son out of the district. I spoke to both those parents and the school district to get all sides of the story.
It was like punching me in the head and started kicking me in the back.
Rose's daughter remembers the day it happened. She didn't want to show her face or use her name, but this young girl tells ABC7 how a boy attacked her at school, becoming angry during recess, chasing other kids, before eventually turning on her. Rose showing us these pictures of the bruises, where her daughter was kicked and punched on her legs and her head.
But this incident is not a typical incident. It's very vicious, the attack that was done on my daughter.
Rose met with Blackburn's principal. She says she was promised this would never happen again, as the two kids would be separated. But then, only 3 days later, Rose says the two were again in the same class, when the boy became upset, throwing wood blocks at other students.
And then he started throwing them everywhere, and then he threw one on my leg.
The girl recounting how a teacher tried to intervene, only to be punched in the face.
I was very scared that I saw her bleeding.
Rose was furious. She says she didn't even find out until her daughter told her about this. Her daughter now too scared to go back to school.
Just being so young and having to witness these types of things, especially at a place where you're supposed to feel the safest, you know, that's very sad to me.
Now Rose is taking matters into her own hands. She hung this sign near the school, alerting other parents and demanding transparency. It says, "Time to put to rest Manatee County schools, silence to violence."
I, as a parent, feel like I have my hands tied because I'm doing everything in my power and they just are not working with me. So
this is Amber Peterzak. She's the mother of the boy who allegedly attacked Rose's daughter. The two parents connecting online, and Peterzak wanted to speak to ABC7.
And I feel, you know, so much like hurt towards like my child because he doesn't deserve this at all. And neither do the other kids that are in his classroom. They don't deserve this at all.
Amber explaining her son is autistic and needs a paraprofessional in the classroom. But she hasn't gotten that help, despite trying for the past year and a half. Ever since, her son's had at least 18 violent incidents at school. Most of them, she says, were undocumented. She only finds out from her son or personal messages sent by teachers.
There's nothing on paper for all of the instances that occurred, from him punching his pregnant teacher on the first day of school, to assaulting his music teacher, to hitting other children. They documented nothing.
Amber says it's an ongoing battle with the school district. Countless meetings, pleading for professional help for her son, met with countless disappointments.
So when we came into these meetings and said, hey, we're requesting this additional resources, they said, we don't have enough data to support what you're requesting.
Now, it's important to note that districts are not necessarily required to assign paraprofessionals in every case. According to brainrecovery.org, a student must be evaluated, and then a professional can be assigned based on if the district believes that the resource is needed. A frustrating 2022, yielding some hope in December when the district moved her son to another school with exceptional education programs. But still, Amber said her son had several incidents just in his first week there, and she believes it's because he still didn't have that assigned paraprofessional.
The school at this point, I feel as though, is dropping the ball and failing him and not being transparent with these other parents that at the end of the day he did assault.
Amber feels terrible finding out her son has been scaring other students. As for Rose, she only wants her daughter to always feel safe in the classroom.
They need to be held accountable, and there needs to be complete transparency.
Two families struggling with one way out.
And that one way out for Amber and her family is leaving the school and the district. Now, since we've recorded that interview, the family has already moved to another county in Florida in hopes of finding those resources they're seeking. Now, of course, we also reached out to the school district to understand how they handle situations like this, and they sent us the following statement. It says, the school district of Manatee County cannot comment on educational matters pertaining to individual students due to the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, a federal law that protects the privacy of student education records. Decisions regarding students are made in accordance with all federal and state statutes, School Board of Manatee County policies and procedures, and the annual Code of Student Conduct.